I think the layout that I had set up was too much for my computer, so I fixed it. I think I fixed it. Okay. Come on. Okay. Okay. Job is pinned on Twitch. And Job is. Can you still hear me? Smiths. Okay. Hello, hello. Okay, that should stay. Alright, now we're on. We're in Job. We're in chapter 1. We're live. I think we're good. I think good. Okay. Job chapter 1. There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and that man was blameless and upright, one who feared God and shunned evil. And 7 daughters were born to him. Also his possessions were 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, 500 female donkeys, and a very large household. So this, so that this man was the greatest of all the people of the east. And his sons would go and feast in their house each day on the appointed day, and would send and invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. So it was when the days of the feasting had run their course that Job rise early in the morning and offer burnt offerings according to the number of them all. Job said to for Job said, "It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts." Thus Job did regularly. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came among them. And the Lord said to Satan, "From where do you come?" So Satan answered the Lord and said, "From the going to and from of fro on earth, on the earth, and from walking back forth on it." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth?" Oops, I'll have to fix that. blameless and upright, one who fears God and shuns evil. So Satan answered the Lord and said, Does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not made a hedge around him, around his household, and around all that he has on every side? And you have blessed the work of his hands, and his possessions have increased in the lands. And now stretched out your hand and touch all that he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. And the Lord said to Satan, Behold, all that he has in your power. Only do not lay a hand on his person. So Satan went out from his presence of the Lord. Now there was a day when his sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. Okay. And a messenger from Job answered, the oxen were plowing. The the donkeys. Sorry. The oxen were plowing, the donkeys feeding beside them. When the Sabeans raided them and took them away, indeed they have killed the servants with the edge of the sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you. While he was still speaking, another also came and said, The fire of God fell from heaven and burned up the sheep and the servants, consumed them, and I alone have escaped to tell you. While he was still speaking, another also came, said, The Chaldeans from three bands. One second, guys. Sorry about that. My cat was making a noise. Okay. The Shenians formed three bands and raided the camels and took them away. Yes, killed the servants with the edge of the sword. And I alone have escaped to tell you. While he was still speaking, another also came and said, Your sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their elder brother's house. And suddenly a great wind came across the wilderness and struck four corners of the house, and it fell upon the young people. They are dead. I alone have escaped to tell you. Then Job arose, tore his robe, and shaved his head. He fell to the ground and worshipped. And he said, Naked I came from my mother's womb, naked shall I return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And all this Job did not sin, nor charge God with wrong. chapter 2. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. Sorry. And Satan came along also among them to present himself before the Lord. And the Lord said to Satan, "From where do you come?" Satan answered the Lord, said, "From the going to and fro on the earth, from walking back and forth on it." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man who fears God and shuns evil? And he holds fast to his integrity. Although you I, excite me, ex, ex, and incited me against him, to destroy him, and without cause." So Satan answered the Lord and said, "Skin for skin, yes, all that a man has he will give for his life. But stretch out your hand and touch his bones and his flesh, and surely he will curse you to your face." And the Lord said to the Satan, "Behold, he is in your hand, but spare his life." So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord, and struck Job with a painful boils from the sole of his foot to the crown of his head. And he took for himself a potsherd with which to scrape himself with, while he sat in the midst of the ashes. But he said to her, Then his wife said to him, "Do you still hold fast to your integrity? Curse God and die." But he said to her, "You speak as one of the foolish women speaks. Shall we indeed accept good from God, and shall we not accept adversity?" And all this Job did not sin with his lips. Now, when Job's 3 friends heard of all the adversity that had come upon him, each one came from his own place: Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shunammite, and Zorah the Naamanite. For they have made an appointment together to come and mourn with him, and to comfort him. And when they raised their eyes from the altar and did not recognize him, they lifted their voices and wept. Each one of them tore his robe and sprinkled dust on his head toward heaven. So they sat down with him on the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and no one spoke a word to him, for they saw that his grief was very great. Chapter 3. After this, Job opened his mouth and cursed the day of his birth. And Job spoke and said, "May the day perish that I was born, that the night which it was said, a male child is conceived. May that day be a darkness. May God above not seek it, nor the light shine upon it. May darkness and the shadow of death claim it. May a cloud settle on it. May the darkness of the day terrify it. May as for the night, many darkness seize its. May it not rejoice among the days of the year. May it not come into the number of the months, or may that might be burdened. May no joyful shout come into it. May those curse it who curse the day, those who already to arouse Leviathan. May the stars of its burning be dark. May it look for light but have none, and not see the dawning of the day. Because it did not shut up the doors of my mother's womb, nor hide sorrows from my eyes. Why did I not die at birth? Why did I not perish when I came from the womb? Why did the knees receive me? Or why the breast that I should nurse? For now I have not lain staying still and been quiet. I would have been asleep, then I would have been at rest, with kings and counselors of the earth, who built ruins for themselves, with the princes who have had gold, who filled their houses with silver. Or why was I not hidden like a stillborn child, like an infant who never saw light? There's the wicked cease from troubling, and there was weary are at rest. There are prisoners rest together. They do not hear the voice of the oppressor. The small and great are there, and the servant is free from his master. Why is light given to him who is in misery, and life to be bitter of soul, who long for death, but it does not come, and search for it more than hidden treasures, who rejoice exceedingly, and are glad when they can find the grave? Why is the light given to a man whose way is hidden, and whom God has hedged in? For the sighing comes before I eat, and my groaning pour out like water. For the thing I greatly feared has come upon me, and what I dreaded has happened to me. I am not at ease. Am I quiet? I have no rest, for trouble comes. Chapter 4. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, If one attempts to word with you, will you become weary? But who can withhold himself from speaking? Surely you have instructed many, and you have strengthened weak hands. You your words have upright held him who was stumbling, and you have strengthened the feeble knees. But now it comes upon you, and you are weary. It touches you, and you are troubled. It's not your reverence, your confidence, and its integrity of your ways, your hope. Remember now whoever perished being innocent, or where were the upright ever cut off? Even as I have seen those who plow iniquity, and sow trouble reap the same. By the blast of God they perish, and by the breath of his anger they are consumed. The roaring of the lion, the voice of the fierce lion, the teeth of the young lions are broken. The old lion perish for this for the lack of their prey, and the cubs of the lioness are scattered. Now a word has secretly brought to me, and my ear received a whisper of it, and in disquieting thoughts from the visions of the night, with deep sleep falls on men. Fear came upon me, trembling, which made all my bones shake. Then a spirit passed before my face. The hair on my body stood up. It stood still, but I could not discern its appearance, a form from before my eyes. There was silence. Then I heard a voice saying, Can a mortal be righteous than God? Can a man be more pure than his Maker? If he puts no trust in his servants, if he charges his angels with error, how much more those who dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in dust, who are crushed before a moth. They have brought in pieces from morning until evening. They perish forever with no one regarding. Does not their own excellence go away? They die even without wisdom. Chapter 5. Call out now. Is there anyone who will answer you? And to which of the holy ones will you turn? For the wrath kills a foolish man, and envy slays a simple one. I have seen the foolish taking root, but suddenly I cursed his dwelling place. His sons are far from safety. They are crushed in the gate, and there is no deliverance, because the hungry eat up the harvest, taking in even the thorns. and a snare snatches their substance. For the affliction does not come from the dust, nor does trouble bring the ground. Yet man is born to trouble, as the sparks fly upward. But as for me, I would seek God, and to God I would commit my cause, who does great things and unsearchable, marvelous things without number. He gives rain on the earth and sends waters on the fields. He sets on high those who are lowly, and those who mourn are lifted to safety. He frustrates the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot carry out their plans. He catches the wise in their own craftiness. The counsel of the cunning comes quickly upon them. They meet the darkness in the daytime, and grope at noontime, as it is in night. But he saves the needy from the sword, from the mouth of the mighty, from their hand. So the poor have hope, and justice shuts her mouth. Behold, happy is the man whom God corrects. Therefore, do not despise the chastening of the Almighty, for he bruises, but he binds up; he wounds, but his hands make whole. He shall deliver you in 6 troubles; yes, in 7 no evil shall touch you. In famine he shall redeem you from death; in war from power and of the sword. You shall be hidden from the scourge of the tongue, and you shall not be afraid of destruction. When it comes, you shall laugh at destruction and famine, and you shall not be afraid of the beasts of the earth. For you shall have covenant with the stones of the fields, and the beasts of the field who shall be at peace with you. You shall know that your tent is in peace. You shall visit your dwelling and find nothing amiss. You shall also know that your descendant shall be many, and your offsprings like the grass of the earth. You shall come uh you shall come to the grave at full age, as a sheaf of grain ripens in its season. Behold, this we have searched out is true. Hear it and know for yourself. Chapter 6. Then Job answered and said, "Oh, that my grief were fully weighed, and my calamities laid with it on the scales, for then it would be heavier than the sands of the seas. Therefore my words have been rash, for the arrows of the Almighty are within me. My spirit drink in their poison. Their terrors of God and are estrayed against me. Does the wild donkey bray when it has grass, or does the ox low over its fodder? Can flavorless food be eaten without salt, or is there any taste in the white of an egg? My soul refuses to touch them. They are the loathsome food to me. On that I might have my request, that God would grant me the thing that I long for, that it would please God to crush me, that he would loose his hand and cut me off. Then I would still have comfort in anguish. I would exult, he will not spare, for I have concealed the words of the Holy One. What strength do I have that I should hope? And what is in my end that I should prolong my life? Is my strength the strength of stones, or is my flesh bronze? Is my help not within me? And is my success driven from me? To him who is afflicted, kindness should be shown by his friend, even though he forsakes the fear of the Almighty. My brothers have dwelt deceitfully like a brook, like the streams of the brooks that pass away, which are dark because of the ice, and into which the snow vanishes. When it is warm, they cease to flow. When it is hot, they vanish from their place. They the wrath path of their way turn aside. They go nowhere and perish. The caravans of Tema look. The travels of Sheba hope for them, and they disappoint because they were confident. They come here and are confused. For now you are nothing. You see terror and are afraid. Did I ever say, bring something to me, or offer a bribe for me that your wealth from your wealth, or deliver me from the enemy's hand, or redeem me from the hand of the oppressors? Teach me, and I will hold my tongue, cause cause me to understand whether I have erred. How forceful are Right's words! But what does your arguing prove? Do you intend to rebuke my words and the speeches of the delicate one, which are as wind? Yes, you overwhelm the fatherless, and you undermine your friend. Now therefore be pleased to look at me, for I have never lied to your face. Yield now, let there be no injustice. Yes, concede my righteousness still stands. Is there injustice on my tongue? Cannot my taste discern the unsavory? Chapter 7. Is there not a time for of hard service for a man on earth? Like a servant who earnestly desires the shade, and like a hired man who eagerly looks for his wages. So I have allotted month of fertility, and wearisome nights have seen appointed to me. When I lie down, I say, when shall I arise? And the night he ended. For I have had my fill of tossing till dawn. My flesh is caked with worms and dust. My skin is cracked and breaks out at flesh. My days are swifter than a weaver's shudder, and are spent without hope. Oh, remember that my life is a breath. My eyes will never again see good. The eye of him who sees me will see me no more. With your eyes upon me, I will no longer be. As the clouds disappears and vanish away, so he who goes down to the grave does not come up. He shall never return to his house, nor shall this place know him any more. Therefore I will not restrain my mouth. I will speak in anguish of my spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul. Am I a sea or a sea servant, that you set a guard over me? When I say my bed will comfort me, my couch will ease my complaint, then you scare me with dreams, terrify me with visions, so that my soul chooses strangling and death rather than my body. I loathe my life. I would not live forever. Let me alone, for my days are but a breath. What is man? What is man that you should exalt him, that you should set your heart on him, that you should visit him every morning, and test him every moment? How long will you not look away from me, and let me alone till I swallow my saliva? Have I not sinned? What have I done to you, O watchers of men? Why have you set me as your target, so that I am a burden to myself? Why then do you not pardon my transgression, and take away my iniquity? For now I will die in the dust, and you will seek me diligently, but I will no longer be. Chapter 8. Then Bildad the Shunammite answered and said, How long will you speak these things, that the words of the mouth be like a strong wind? Does God subvert judgment, or does the Almighty pervert justice? If your sons have sinned against him, he has cast them away for their transgression. If you would earnestly seek God, and make your supplication to the Almighty, If you were pure and upright, surely now he would awake for you and prosper your rightful and dwelling place. Though your beginning was small, yet your latter end would increase abundantly. For inquire, please, of the former age, and consider these things discovered by their fathers. For we were born yesterday, and know nothing, because our days on earth, days, sorry, our days on earth are a shadow. Will they not teach you and tell you and utter words from their heart? Can the papyrus grow up without a marsh? Can the reeds flourish without water? While it is yet green and not cut down, it withers before any other plant. So are the paths of all who forget God, and the hope of the hypocrite shall perish, whose confidence shall be cut off, whose trust is a spider web. He leans on his house, but it does not stand. He holds it fast, but it does not endure. He grows green in the sun, and his branches spread out in his garden. His roots wrap around the rock heap, and look for a place in the stones. If he destroys from his place, then it will deny him, saying, I have not seen you. Behold, this is the joy of his way, and out of the earth others will grow. Behold, God will not cast away the blameless, nor will he uphold the evildoers. He will yet fill your mouth with laughing, and your lips with rejoicing. Those who hate you will clothe with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked will come to nothing. Chapter 9. Then Job answered and said, Truly I know it is so. But how can a man be righteous before God? If one wished to contend with him, he could not answer him, nor one time out of 1,000. God is a wise in heart and mighty in strength, who has hardened himself against him and prospered. He removed the mountains, and they do not move. When he overturns them in his anger, he shakes the earth out of its place, and its pillars tremble. He commands the sun, and it does not rise. He seals off the stars. He alone spreads out the heavens, and tread on the waves of the sea. He made the bear and Orion and the Pleiades, and the chambers of the south. He does not bring past finding out. Yes, wonders without number. If he goes by me, I do not see him. If he goes past, I do not perceive him. If he takes away, who can hinder him? Who can say to him, What are you doing? God will not withdraw his anger. The alleys of the proud lie prostrate beneath him. Now, how then can I answer him, and choose my words to a reason with him? For though I have righteous, and I have not answered him, I would beg mercy of my judge. If I called, he answered me. I will not believe that he was listening to my voice, for he crushes me with a tempest. He multiplies my wounds without cause. He will not allow me to catch my breath, but fills me with bitterness. It is matter of strength, indeed, he is strong. If of justice, who will appoint me in days in court? Though I were righteous, my own mouth would condemn me. Though I was blameless, it would prove me perverse. I am blameless, yet I do not know myself. I despise my life. It is all one thing. Therefore I say, he destroys the blameless and the wicked. If the scourges lays suddenly, he laughs at the plight of the innocent. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covers the face of its judges. It is not he, who else could it be? Now my days are swifter than a runner. They flee away, and they see no good. They pass by like swift ships, like an eagle swooping on his prey. If I lay, I will forget my complaint. I will put off my sad face and wear a smile. I am afraid of all my sufferings. I will not. I know that you will not hold me innocent. If I am condemned, why then do I labor in vain? If I am washed within the snow water, and cleanse my hands with a soap, yet you will plunge me into the pit, and my own clothes will abhor me, for he is not a man as I am, that I may answer him, and that he we should go to the court together, nor there any mediator between us, who may lay his hand on us both. Let him take his rod away from me, and do not dread of him, but terrify me. Then I would speak and not fear him. But if not so with me. Chapter 10. My soul loathes my life. I give my free course to my complaint. I will speak in bitterness of my soul. I will say to God, do not condemn me. Show me why you contend with me. Does it seem good to you that you should oppress, that you should despise the work of your hands, and smile on the counsel of the wicked? Do you have eyes of flesh, or do you see as a man sees? Are your days like the days of a mortal man? Are your years like the days of a mighty man? That you should seek for my iniquity, and search for out my sin, although you know that I am not wicked. There is no one who delivered from your hand. Your hands have made me and fashioned me, and in correct unity. Yet you would destroy me. Remember, I pray that you have made me like clay, and will turn me into dust again. Did you not pour out me like milk, and curdle me like cheese, clothe me like skin and flesh, knit me together with bones and sinews? You have granted me life and favor. Your care have preserved my spirit. These things you have hidden in your heart. If I know that this was with you. If I sin, then you mark me, and will not acquit me of iniquity. If I am wicked, woe to me. Even if I am righteous, I cannot lift up my head. I am full of disgrace. I see my misery. If my head is exalted, you hunt me like a fierce lion, and against you show yourself who awesome against me. You renew your witnesses against me. Increase your indignation towards me. Changes roar and are ever with me. Why have you brought me out of the womb? On the day I have perished, I have eye no eye had seen me. I have been as though I had not been. I have been carried from the womb to the grave, and not my days few. Cease, leave me alone, that I may take a little comfort, before I do go to the place from which I shall nor return, to the land of darkness and the shadow of death, a land as far as darkness itself, as the shadow of death, without any order, where even the light is in like darkness. Chapter 11. Then Zophar, the Netherite, Namath, answered and said, Should not be multitude of the words be answered? Should a man full of his talk be vindicated? Should your empty talk make men hold their peace? And when you mock, should no one rebuke you? For you have said, My doctrine is pure, and I am clean in your eyes. But God, that God would speak and open his lips against you, that he would show you the secrets of wisdom, for they would double your presence Know, therefore, that God exacts from you less than your iniquity deserves. Can you search out the deep things of God? Can you find out the limits of the Almighty? They are higher than heaven. What can you do? Deeper than the Sheol. What can you know? Their measure is longer than the earth, broader than the sea. If he passes by in prisons and gathers to judgment, then who can hinder him? For he knows deceitfully men. He sees wickedness also. Will he not then consider it? For an empty handed man will be a wise when a wild donkey colt is born a man. If you would prepare your heart and stretch out your hands toward him in iniquity, where your hand and you put it far, and would not let the wickedness dwell in your tents, then surely you would lift your face without spot. Yes, you would be steadfast and nor not fear, because you would forget your misery and remember it is the water that have passed away. Your life would be a brighter than noonday. Though you were dark, you would be like the morning. You would be secure because of there is hope. Yes, you would dig around you and take your rest in the safety. You would also lie down, and no one would make you afraid. Yes, many would court your favor, but the eyes of the wicked will fail, and they shall not escape their hope and loss of life. Chapter 12. Then Job answered, said, no doubt you are the people, and wisdom will die with you. But I have understanding as well as you. I am not inferior to you. Indeed, who does not know much such things as these? I am one mocked by his friends, who called on God, and he answered him. The just and blameless, who ridiculed a lamp and despised the thought of one who is at ease. Is it not? It is made ready for those whose feet slip. The tents of the robbers prosper. Those who provoke God are secure, and what God provides by his hand. But now ask the beasts, and they will teach you. The birds of the air, and they will tell you. Or speak to the earth, and it will teach you. And the fish of the sea will explain to you. Who among all these does not know that the land of the Lord has done this, in whose hands is the life of every living thing, the the breath of all mankind? Does not the ear test words, and the mouth taste its food? Wisdom is with the aged men, and length of days understanding. With him are wisdom and strength. He has counsel and understanding. If he breaks a thing and it cannot be rebuilt. If he imprisons a man, can be no release. If he withholds the waters, they should dry up. If they send them out, they overwhelm the earth. With him are strength and prudence. The deceived and the deceiver are his. He leads the counselors away plunder and makes fools of its judges. He loosens the bonds of kings and binds their waists with a belt. He leads princes away plunder and overthrows the mighty. He deprives the trusted ones of the speech. He takes away the discernment of the elders. He pours contempt on princes and disarms the mighty. He uncovers and deep things out of the darkness, and brings the shadow of death to the light. He makes nations great and destroys them. He enlarges nations and guides them. He takes away the understanding of the chiefs of the people of the earth. and makes them wander in pathless wilderness. They grope in the dark without light, and he makes them stagger like a drunken man. Chapter 13. Behold, my eye has seen all this. My ear has heard and understood it. That you know, I know also. I also know I am not inferior to you, but I would not speak to the Almighty, and I desire to reason with God. But your forgers of lies, you are all worthless physicians. Oh, that you would be silent and would be your wisdom. Now hear my reasoning and heed my pleadings of my lips. Will you speak wickedly for God and talk deceitfully for him? Will you show partiality for him? Will you contend for God? Will it be well with he searches you out? Or can you mock him as one mocks a man? He who will surely rebuke you if you secretly show partiality will not his excel make you afraid. The dread of him fall upon you. Your platitudes are proverbs of ashes. Your defenses are dances of clay. Hold your peace with me. Let me speak. Let me come on. Let come on me what may. What do I take my flesh in my teeth and put my hand in my hands, my life in my hands? Though he slay me, and yet will I trust him. Even so, I will defend my own ways before him. He shall be my salvation, for a hypocrite could not become before him. Listen carefully to my speech, to my declaration with your ears. See now, I have prepared my case. I know that I shall be vindicated. Who is he who will contend with me? If now I hold my tongue, I perish. Only two things to do to me. Will I not hide myself from you? Withdraw your hand afar from me, and let not the dread of you make me afraid. Then call, and I will answer, or let me speak, then you respond to me. How many are my iniquities and sins? Make me know my transgression and my sin. Why do you hide your face and regard me as your enemy? Will you frighten to a leaf drive and to and fro? And will you pursue dry stubble? For you write bitter things against me, and make me inherit the iniquities of my youth. You put my feet in the stocks and watch closely all my paths. You set limits for my soles of my feet. Man decays like a rotten thing, like a garment that is moth-eaten. Chapter 14. Man who is born of woman is a few days and full of troubles. He comes forth like a flower and fades away. He fills a shadow and does not continue. Do you open your eyes on such a one, and bring me to judgment with yourself? Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? No one, since his days are determined, the number of his month is with you. You have anointed his limits, so that he cannot pass. Look away from him, that he may rest till like a hired man he finish his day. For there is hope for a tree, if it is cut down, that will sprout again, and that its tender shoots will not cease, though its roots may grow old in the earth, and its stump may die in the ground. Yet at the scent of the water it will bud, and bring forth branches like a plant. But man dies and is laid away. Indeed, he breathes his last, and where is he? As water disappears from the sea, and a river before parched and dries up, so man lies down and does not rise, till the heavens are no more. They will not wake nor be aroused from their sleep. Oh, that you would hide me in the grave, that you would conceal me until your wrath is past, that you would appoint me a set time and remember me. If a man dies, shall he live again? All the days of my hard service I will wait. Till my change comes, you shall call, and I will answer you. You shall desire the works of your hands. And for now, your numbers my steps, and do not watch over my sins. My transgressions is sealed up in a bag, and cover you. My iniquity iniquity. But as mountains fall and crumbles away, and as rocks move from its place, as water wears away stones, as torrents wash away the soil of the earth, so you destroy the hope of man. You prevail forever against him, and he passes on. You change his constance and send him away. His sons come to honor, and he does not know it. They are brought low, and he does not perceive it. But his flesh will be in pain over it, and his soul will mourn over it. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop there today. I'm not exactly feeling well. Um, but I wanted to at least read a little bit of today. So let's see if okay. So let me see. See if I can do this now. Tired and I don't feel well. Oh. Okay, Pastor Dustin, we're gonna raid you, dude. Pastor. I'm gonna hear him in my mic a little bit, so I know. Oh, you won't hear him because I got it muted.
W. Thomas the Tank, yeah. It's like, I was looking back on it. Resident Evil 2 Remake was one of the very first games I ever played. Like,